Welcome. I'm Linda Dulye. I'm the president and the founder of Dulye & Company Management Consultancy, based right here in the Berkshires. I'm also the president and founder of the Dulye Leadership Experience Professional Development Organization. And I'm delighted to have you tune into this first installment of Standing Out and Staying Memorable. And we're going to be focusing on resumes in this first installment, but we've got another one planned about interviews. So we're going to be addressing questions like, what are the tools that I need to get a job? What is a resume? And what should be on a resume? And then how do I nail that interview? Now, I'm not going solo on this. So joining me is Sophia Romeo. And she's a veteran of the Berkshire hospitality industry with experience at the Hotel on North, Jacob's Pillow, Canyon Ranch, and also Tanglewood. And she's also a member of the Dulye Leadership Experience alumni group. And she's been active with our weekly programming that hopefully some of you will take part in. Sophia.
Linda, thank you so much for having me. Getting a job and starting a career can be scary, but it's also super important because we need to start building from the ground up. So I know one thing. I need a resume to even get a job. So where do I begin on a sheet of paper? What do I need to do?
Exactly. We haven't even gone to the computer yet. We're not even logging on because we're going to start right here. Okay. Starting with our attitude. This resume, this is your biggest marketing statement. It sells the brand called you. Only you can do that. So getting an interview relies on you being able to capture in one page, succinctly, crisply, cleanly, and compelling information that makes me want to know you and hire you, right? I want to hire you. That's why you put the resume out. So we're not just going to simply scout out some Google template, throw information on, put it out there and wish. We're going to put some thought and patience into developing a perfect resume. Let's get started.
Ooh, this sounds like work, but I'm focused and I'm ready to go. So what's the first step I take after this?
Okay, we got the headset. This is me. Sell me big. Let's go to a format. And okay. Sophia, help me with this because the visuals really will help you.
I'm drawing.
And I encourage you to take your notebook out. Take your notebook out because I'd like you to be designing along with Sophia here. Okay, we're going to start with the format. And this is the look and the flow of the resume. It's packaging information in an easy way for that prospective employer to get to know you and to want you. So recently, I actually received one of the best resumes I've ever had for a position with the Dulye Leadership Experience. And I can tell you, and Sophia's going to actually help show you this outline, that right away, by the design of this resume, I knew this person could very succinctly package information and grab my attention in a number of ways that this just stood out the pack. That Google template's going to get you right in the trash bin, by the way. Okay, so we're designing our format, and that format's going to be in 3 parts.
Perfect.
3-part. Part 1, we have a header, Sophia. And so the header goes at the top of the page, horizontal, the whole width of the page. Number 1 is the header. Now, I'd like you to create a sidebar column, Sophia. So that's going to go down. You can go right or left. You pick what column size what side you want. But that column side's going to go down to the bottom of the page, about 1/3 of the way on the page.
Okay.
We're going to call this our sidebar.
Like a pen.
You got it. Sidebar.
Perfect. We'll do this. Number 2.
Sidebar is number 2. And number 3, the big space is your showcase space. Very important. This is going to have lots of information. It's going to talk about what you can bring to the table to a prospective employer.
I'm going to start
showcase. That one. Yeah, let's showcase that one. They're all important. This is what you're going to spend your most time with.
Okay, so why don't we break it down a little bit, and can we go through what we should put in each section, starting with the header?
Remember, 1 page only. Header. Okay. We're going to put our name first and last name as you would like to be addressed. And then our contact information, which is our mailing address, cell phone, email address, a website if it's relevant, and also your LinkedIn account. I'm looking at surprised faces.
Why LinkedIn? What is the importance of putting that on a resume?
Right. So I'm sure you have an Instagram account. I'm sure you have a Facebook account, and that's all great for social networking. But LinkedIn is the professional marketing platform. So professional purpose, you want a LinkedIn account.
Okay.
And you're going to make that an action item in your notebook right now. That is, if you haven't created a LinkedIn account. It is the most powerful. LinkedIn is the most powerful networking, research, and marketing platform for the business community, whether it's locally here in the Berkshires, whether it's regionally, nationally, globally. And also, the hospitality industry hinges as a big player in that business community. And so you want to be on this LinkedIn platform. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah. So it's my digital network. But let's get off of the digital network. Let's go back to this page. So we have this first section done, name, contact. Now let's move on to number 2, the sidebar.
This is our sidebar.
What do we populate here?
Okay, so we're going to start first with education. You're going to indicate the college where you're studying. Hello, BCC. If you have graduated, you would identify the degree you've earned. Otherwise, you're going to put in your academic major. Otherwise, you're going to put in your major and your minor, and also the intended year of graduation.
Okay.
Good place also is for academic honors. Okay, so maybe you've been on the dean's list, or perhaps you've part of an honors program. Important to list any extracurricular activities that you've been involved in that show that you've taken a leadership role in planning things, executing them.
Activities.
Yep, got that. And then we want to know about awards. So awards such as a scholarship, you've won a competition, certifications. If you're an Eagle Scout, you'd want to put that there. If you've received an award, recognition from, say, the local Rotary Club, or even a church group, you want to list this here. That's what your sidebar captures.
Okay, so what about something like not just an employee of the month, but I'm certified on using a check-in system for the hotel that I've worked at, or I have a certification that has to do with bartending, or what do I do if I know how to use Open Table? I'm an expert. Is this a place where I can highlight what I'm trained in?
Let me know. That's called a skill.
Okay.
And we want you to indicate your skills. Perfect. Well done. You bet.
And what else could I do? Is there something, maybe I was involved in something outside of work. Is that something employers want to know about?
They do, absolutely. And I know for myself, we're very interested in bringing people in who are committed to help their communities and want to be part. So any community activities that you've been involved in, you want to list that here. That shows that you've been engaged. If you've taken a leader role in planning a community, if you're involved in a nonprofit, that goes here as well in that sidebar.
Okay, so this would be something like, let's say in high school, I was very involved in my church, or in college, I was on the board of multi-student cultural organization. And now as a young professional, I'm involved in the DLE.
Dulye leadership experience
that's right.
there. Exactly.
Fantastic. So we've done 1, we've done 2. I think we need to talk about my work experience. Is that what fills the bulk of this? Is that what's next?
It is. And that's your part-time work, an internship, as well as full-time positions. Now, we want to start with the most recent job that you've held. It's important to indicate the name of the business, the city, and the state, the title that you had when you worked there, and the time frame that you had working there. Maybe you're still working there, but it's important to include your time frame here. Okay? So immediate below that, we're going to put 3 to 4 bullets, and these are going to summarize important responsibilities that I took on. So we do not want a job description here. Okay? We want to know that you've gone beyond the job description. And we want you to talk about 3 R's here, 3 R's that are really going to build the content of your showcase section. And those are responsibilities that you took on, not just tasks. Responsibilities, because you can grow responsibilities. We want you to talk about relationships that you had, your relationships with your boss, team members, suppliers, and also results. Because you were able to make something happen, contributing to team success, business success, because of ideas that you brought to the table. 3 R's. Help you build that.
I'm still writing them down.
Showcase.
Responsibility, relationships, and results. Okay. Can you go a little bit deeper? Like, how would I translate the 3 R's onto a piece of paper? Can you go a little bit deeper on that?
Again, did I come up with an idea for efficiencies that maybe enabled us to get out from the kitchen something faster? Creating in a bottom line sales success, as well as savings time and also waste in the kitchen. That's a result.
Oh.
Giving ideas, being able to bring just not everyday tasks to the table, but thinking through, taking proactiveness and making something happen that benefits my business, my team members, and us as an organization.
So one example I'm thinking of is I can recall a position of mine where I was a hostess, but I noticed that there were things I needed to learn, or I wanted to kind of build my ability to be a team player, and I asked to be cross-trained.
Yes.
Even though my title was a hostess, could that be one of my bullet points?
Absolutely, because you took ownership to diversify your skill set. You asked for responsibility, and that is a big bonus. It wasn't what you started out with, it's how you grew your position and also your experience there. So simply listing tasks doesn't catch attention. You want to showcase that you are a go-getter and that you took on new responsibilities.
Okay, so I think I have a pretty good outline to start and to bring onto paper, but is there anything else? Is there one last tip you can leave us that we haven't talked about to make sure that the resume pops?
We are going to drill this one. I'm going to look right at you. Please write this down. Don't rely on spell check. It is not foolproof. In fact, you need a second or third set of eyes on that resume to give it a look and to catch any misspellings, grammar issues. You want this to be perfect. Because what happens if there's something misspelled, especially like a name, or if there's grammar out of use, a word that's missing? I'm going to think that you're sloppy. I want to hire people with an attentiveness to quality. So that one error, once again, can put your resume where? In the trash bin, right away.
One thing I've done in the past is I've actually read my resume out loud.
It's great.
And I read it like a robot, just very like, my name is Sophia. And that way I catch any missing words, because it's not just about spelling, it's also the grammar and the flow and the readability of your resume.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, you want that.
Awesome. So, can you leave us with one last tip, Linda?
Sure. What do you do with it? How do you save it? You want to save it in a Word file. But this is also important. I see this happening all the time. You want to save it in a PDF. You should send a resume to anyone only in a PDF format. It's a closed format.
Okay.
Right? It also is going to enable me to probably open it more easily based on different computer sessions, like the Apple system versus...
Good point.
Okay. 3 things we're walking away with. What are the 3 things?
I'm walking away with making sure that I have taken the time to pay attention to detail. And I want to put who I am on a piece of paper. So if that means I need to divide it in a certain way so it's readable, that would be 1. Take the time. 2, I don't want to just write down what I was supposed to do. I want to write down what I actually did, what I've done, what's something that people may not know that I accomplished in my job. Yeah. And 3, I want to ask for feedback. I want someone else to read it. I want to give myself feedback by reading it to myself. I think taking those 3 steps is going to help me move forward.
Good job. And this is the biggest marketing statement that you can say about you. Your resume, give it time, patience, careful thought. Let's make it pop. You want to stand out and stay memorable.